After years of waiting, we finally have a version of Green that is Ramone. So happy to have Green as a diecast. He really is a great character. Although I can't remember who is Green again? Like, where does he appear at? What movie? What scene? I don't really remember that. I remember this guy named Ramone, who I think he shares a resemblance to, and they're calling this version of Green Ramone Green, so he must share some sort of resemblance to Ramone, right? Anyways, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Of course, today I am reviewing artist Ramone, not Ramone Green. I don't know who the heck that guy is, but he's not this car right here, who is a brand new Thailand variant for 2022. As you may know, I did find this guy at the Dollarama a little bit earlier in the year here in 2024 now, and they're actually bringing this guy back for 2024 too. So kind of funny. Luckily, they're not calling him Ramone Green again. Actually, they're still not calling him the right name, which is artist Ramone, but at least they're just calling him Ramone and no green attached to the name, so I guess that's a good thing. But I would have preferred if they would call him Artist Ramone like he's supposed to be, but whatever, or even Body Shop Ramone, since they're both pretty much the exact same. That would work too. Either one, but just not Ramone Green, please. Anyways, this guy first came out of 2022 Singles Case E, and yeah, luckily I did find not that case. I think I found Case G, which he was also in, and I found that this year, early in the year in January. Found quite a lot of this guy. He wasn't really selling too good at the Dollaramas, so that's why I have quite a few of them. I think I only have two now. Gave one away. Maybe I had three. I might have had four, so maybe I have three now. I forget. Either way, this one has a cracked blister. The other one also really isn't in perfect condition, so I don't know. Whatever. It might have been Case J though. I kind of forget. Either way though, very cool looking artwork there. I really like how he's like half and half in his hydraulic mode. Very nice. See his nice gold rims and his beautiful neon green paint job. I absolutely love this paint job with the turquoise accents and even some red accents he has, which actually are on the diecast but are for some reason not on the actual car. I don't believe, at least. No, they're not. It's not even on the Disney Store version, so I don't know why Mattel decided to add some red, but we'll talk more about that later when I open him up. Either way, though, he is on the Radiator Springs background, so that's nice. And yeah, I mean, I think he looks great in the package, but there's obviously a big error on it, and that is the name, of course. Ramone Green. I can't believe they call him that. I really can't. Anyways, though, on the back, as seen in Cars 2, actually a pretty good year for Cars 2 releases, I gotta say. I like 2022 a lot, because we had Mater with Balloon, who was also from like the same scene, like the beginning of Cars 2, the Radiator Springs and Wheelwell motel scenes when McQueen and Sally are at the restaurant. And then we have World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen, or as they call him, Lightning McQueen with racing wheels. Sheriff, who I guess you could say was from that scene. Francesco, kind of guess you could also say is from that scene. Jaisaki, she's in the Tokyo scene. Lewis Hamilton, another race car. And then Otis, who was also kind of in that same Radiator Springs scene. And they also obviously did a few others too, like some new ones like Revni Grillante and Colin Borev. Still got to open up Colin Borev. I opened him up before, then I ended up giving that one to my cousin because it's funny. I give him a lot of cars from this scene. He must really like the beginning of Cars 2. It's a great scene, so I don't really blame him. And, kind of like one of the most mellowest scenes in the movie, so maybe that's why Mattel decided to release so many in 2022. They didn't want to release too much spies or lemons or anything crazy like that, so they just kept it more on the mellow side. I guess it makes sense because no one really likes Cars 2 for those spy scenes, so whatever, I do. But anyways, this is a cool version of Ramone, and without any further ado, let's bust him open and see how he looks. Alright guys, well I got Green here all opened up. I got Ramone here all opened up. Artist Ramone, more specifically. But yeah, he looks awesome. I think Thailand really knocked it out of the park with this release. If I put the two side by side, China to Thailand, you can just tell that they definitely amped up the glossiness. I like it a lot. I think they did a great job. He definitely looks more accurate to how he looks in Cars 2 and just brighter and just more inviting, and I can appreciate that because I love a good, bright color scheme. But anyways, I'll compare the two more closely later on. First off, just want to show you guys where Ramone appears at in Cars 2 with this paint job. We first see Ramone with this paint job on when he is in his paint shop fixing up Otis, and then all the cars head on up to the Wheelwell Motel later on, and we can see Ramone there again with the same paint job on that night. And then, of course, is the paint job that he actually has on when he is painting McQueen into his World Grand Prix paint job. Now, he technically still has the paint job on at the airport, too, but that's hydraulic, Ramone, so that's a whole different story. So I guess in Mattel's logic, that would be Ramone hydraulic green, or yeah, something like that, something along those lines. That would make sense for Mattel. But anyways, all jokes aside, this Ramone looks great, and I think Thailand really knocked it out of the park, so I can't complain, although it is comical how they named him that. It really is. Now he does have a plastic eye plate, so that's new. When put next to this one, you can definitely tell that his eyes are just more kind of like coming at you, because they're embossed now, the eyeballs and the eyelids. So that's nice. I like that a lot. The green color, like it really shows up different. It kind of matches this one. I guess it just shows you how different of a color it is. Like it really is a lot darker, but not dark to the point where it's like the old green Ramone from Cars 1. Like, it's definitely not that dark, that's for sure. It's, dark enough to still be accurate, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's actually a much superior color compared to the Chinese one, which is nice because we can't say that all the time. Love the yellow line he has here. I love how it's not like symmetrical or anything. Just reminds me of like a really funky beach towel, kind of this whole design. That's what the vibes I'm getting from it. And I like it a lot. I think the blue lines on each side of the yellow line, I think I would say they're definitely a bit darker. Looks cool though. Definitely a cool striped design. And I like I said, how it's not symmetrical because a lot of Ramones are kind of symmetrical with their designs, but this one is not. It's just kind of like it feels very free, which is kind of like what summertime is. It's a very free time of year. Don't have anything to do, Well, you can make your own things to do. You don't have like work to do. I mean, and it's just a fun time of year, and I think that's what this paint job on Ramone kind of represents to me. Because Cars 2 does take place during the summer, I think at least. I actually don't know, but it looks like summer outside, or maybe spring. I'm not sure. But either way, Ramone is a 1959 Chevrolet Impala, so you can tell that he is won by like his front fascia and his fins in the back. Very iconic to him. It's funny because I just saw the same car, not in real life, but I saw it on a TV show that I like to watch pretty much every night called Hardcore Pawn. Seen every single episode because it takes place in Detroit, which is like just across the border from me because I'm in LaSalle, Ontario, so it's very, very close. And basically, I just thought it was funny because I saw a car that looked exactly like Ramone, even the same year. It wasn't even a real car though, but someone was trying to pawn it. It was just like a display model that like the kids could drive, I guess, when their parents were looking at cars back in the 50s. So I just thought that was cool. He was red though, not green, but still looked like Ramone. Reminded me more of like old school Ramone though. Definitely not artist Ramone. But yeah, here's a change though. They definitely added some turquoise paint to the grill and the headlights there, so that's nice, and that is accurate too. The Chinese one did not have that. For some reason, at least with my eyes, it kind of comes across as teal, but it's not. It's definitely not. Yeah, I don't think it was teal before. They didn't put that there. It looks like he has some extra lines on top too. Is that just me? I guess no. I don't know. They put like cut two lines there. I guess that's what it is. They put two lines instead of one line right there. It almost looks like his grill extends all the way to the tip of his hood, but it doesn't. It's just, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's only one. I can't tell. But there's a lot of lines on this Ramone, so I guess they're just all getting lost in the sea of lines. Very cool though. I like all the little rectangles and all the tiny little intricate decals that he has all around him. I feel like, they seem accurate when you look at his artwork. I think they got it right for the most part. There's the teal on his grill and his headlights there, so that's cool. They got that right. That was something that they didn't do before, so that's cool. And then he has all the nice silver trim on his hood, around his windshield, around his windows. Just looks really nice. I gotta say, I like it a lot. Very consistent everywhere. It's really like the same type of color scheme, nothing like coming at you. Whereas I think Radiator Springs Ramone from Cars 2 is a bit more like unexpected. Like there's different types of the decals and, like monuments and stuff like that, like the Radiator Cap Mountain and Cadillac Range. That's why I think it's a better one. And I like how the colors are a bit more unique. Like these ones kind of go together. It's more safe, but still, I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's a really cool Ramon. And like I said, kind of represents summertime, I think. Like an old, like a funky looking beach towel or something. But yeah, on the side, you got another yellow line with the blue line going through it. Very nice. And then some more tiny little yellow pinstriping all around. Here is an inaccurate part, though, right here. The wheels, and oh, yeah, this too. This is technically not supposed to be like this. His fins on the side. There's a big red line. I don't really know why, because if you look on the artwork, you can clearly tell there's no red line there. Also, the rims, they didn't even change from Cars 1. Those are the exact same rims. Ramone never painted them. So I'm not really sure why Mattel did. Like they made them gray and they put red trim on them. I don't understand why. It's always been like that though. Just look at the Chinese one here. You can see same thing. They're actually a little bit different though because they were silver before and now they're gray. It's just gray paint. So if anything, they've gotten worse. But I don't know. I'm trying not to complain because I really do like the glossy effect that they gave this guy, and I think he looks better. So I really don't want to put him down at all, but I'm not really sure why they couldn't have just kind of removed the red, even though I like it. I gotta be honest, I like it. I think it looks good. Looks better with it, but technically that should just be a silver line of like trim. It shouldn't really be red. It's just kind of strange. Like maybe that was an early concept for this remote. Maybe that's why, and they just stuck with it. I'm not really sure, but either way, same old Ramone license plate on the back, low and slow, Carburetor County. We'll have Ramone's taillights and his fins. That's when I knew it was a Chevrolet Impala. Also, they said it, but I wasn't really listening. I was looking down at my phone or something, and then I looked up and I'm like, hey, that's Ramone. Because I've seen the show like a million times. I've probably even seen that episode before, although I don't know. I'm not sure because I don't remember seeing Ramone in it before. Sometimes I even see Ramone's like just going down the road cars that look exactly like him, which is pretty cool. I see quite a few classic cars around. Anyways, the other side is the exact same. He does have a little silver, like oval on the back of him on both sides, which is kind of strange. I'm not sure why, but I guess it's like that on every Ramone, I think at least. The windows are very opaque, but you can see faintly that sign in there, which apparently, from Mr. Dockett at least, he says that it says Ramone's House of Body Art, which makes more sense. It's his company logo. It's a shop in Radiator Springs. So that makes more sense. I always thought it just said Radiator Springs, but no, I believe it does say Ramone's House of Body Art. So thank you to Mr. Doggett for pointing that out for me. Anyways, though, the base says Chevrolet, of course. The date stamp is R18A, so that means he was made on the 18th week of 2022, I guess. But he is coming back for 2024, so if you missed out on him in 2022 or 2016, whichever of the two times he was released before, then you have a chance to get him in 2024. So lucky you. You can get your very own Ramon Green. Anyways, though, might as well show the two next to each other once more for good old comparison's sake. Obviously, he does not have the little paint gun right there on the side, but other than that, there's not a ton of differences. I feel like the colors are just more vivid on this Thailand one. It's definitely better, like I said. I would definitely pick it up. The changes aren't really that immense, but it does make a big difference. Obviously, the rims are gray instead of silver now. Still has the inaccurate rims though, and he still has the inaccurate red line on the fins there. He does have the accurate teal paint though on the front, so that's a win there. The expression's a little different because the eye plate, well, it's already different because they changed it from body shop to artist Ramone, but you know, I guess it's just the mouth. It's just a little longer, and the teeth are painted white, so looks pretty nice, and then the back, I wouldn't say the license plate's that much clearer. Usually that's what we say with China to Thailand, but on this one, I gotta say, it's kind of hard to tell because it's a small decal anyways, and obviously he really doesn't have any other decals, like no like writing decals, I mean. But the base, let's see, just for funsies, when this guy was made, 200 and, let's say, 54th week of 2013? Huh. So I guess maybe that means he was a 2014 release. I don't know. I think I said 2013 earlier, but 2014, 13, that would make more sense. I think this was 2014. in the Wheelwell series, and then they did this guy in the 95 Returns series in 2016. But yeah, before you go, I do have the original Cars 1 Green Ramone. Thought I'd show the two next to each other just for fun. Good old comparison's sake, of course. A lot darker, completely different, but they are both green, so I thought I'd point that out. That, there is two Ramon Greens out there in the world, so if you want both of them, you can get them. Now, what one do I prefer? I would definitely pick this one up before this one. Also, they haven't released this one since like 2021 or maybe 2022, I forget, but not in the main line. Been a while. But I also had the Disney Store version of this guy right here, which is pretty much the exact same, just scaled up. I would say once again the color is different. It's more of a lime yellow rather than like a lime green, but it looks okay. This stripe here, the yellow stripe, is definitely much more dark and muted. It's not as nice in my opinion. Same with the blue lines going through the stripe. I don't care for that. He does not have the teal paint in the front. It's also like, what the heck's going on with that grill? There's like a weird split in the middle. The expression's pretty nice though. I like that. The rims, oh, they're accurate. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, they didn't change them, I guess. That's pretty nice. I'm surprised because why did Mattel do it and not Disney Store? It doesn't make sense to me. And then the line on the back here on the sides of the fins, that's silver like it's supposed to be, not red. Obviously, you can't see through the window, so you can't see the sign, but maybe it's in there. Who knows? And then the license plate, you can see that a little better because it's bigger. But yeah, pretty much just the scaling and the color is the main difference between the two. Anyways, though, I think that's going to be it for my review of Artist Ramone. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And just let me know down in the comments below which Ramone from Cars 2 is your favorite. There's only three. You got this one, Radiator Springs Ramone, and then Union Jack Ramone. Anyways, though, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.